This course is presented to you free of charge by TTJ Tech Services of www.ttjtech.biz and by Stir It Up of www.stiritup.com. And remember, stir is spelled with a U, not an I, so that's STURITUP.com. TTJ Tech Services and Stir It Up are pleased to offer this course to you to the glory of God and to the benefit of all those who listen. Welcome to iPad for All Computing, session number 20. Session number 20, guys. For the 1st of May, I am really excited. Praise God. Beautiful weather. We're in May now. That's incredible. And we're very excited about today's session because we are going to explore Apple Keynote. Now, before we do, just a quick reminder that we will continue to have our iPad labs on Tuesday. So you do not want to miss those because they'll give you a chance to practice what we learn in here. Also, a reminder that we will not have class on Memorial Day. That is Monday the 27th. Our other reminder is about next Tuesday. We do have iPad Lab at 2 p.m. in the Tuesdays with TTJ link, just like we have been. But we're actually going to have something before that as well, because Apple is holding their Let Loose event at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific time next Tuesday, May the 7th. And you can watch that event on your Apple TV or any of your Apple devices in the Apple TV app. You can also watch it on YouTube, and there are other ways too. But immediately following the event, we will be meeting in the Tuesdays with TTJ Zoom to discuss and wrap up and answer any questions about the kinds of things that Apple announced. They're expected to release new iPads and so on. And so we'll be meeting there. I can't give you a precise start time of that session because it will just start immediately after the Apple event ends. All right, we're going to get the screen share started and we're going to get into Keynote today.
Message count selected. Share device audio.
Okay.
Picture display settings.
We're going
Page
to Keynote.
Pages. Numbers. Keynote.
All right.
Shortcuts. Double tips.
Now,
Tips. Numbers.
Actually, before we get too deeply into Keynote,
recently deleted button.
Okay, there we're on the initial screen with the presentation manager, very much like the document manager in Pages. We'll talk here first now. I want to give you some pointers and some ideas to ponder here. In case anybody isn't sure, I'm assuming probably by this point most people are, but maybe not. In case you're not sure, Keynote is Apple's multimedia presentation app. If you're using or you're familiar with other platforms, the equivalents would be something like Microsoft PowerPoint or Google Slides, although we feel that Keynote is better than either one of those. Keynote is Apple's app, part of the same suite of apps that, of course, includes Pages, which we just studied. With Keynote, you can create slideshows, presentations where each slide has a number of different things. People use these, of course, in all kinds of settings. They're very, very popular in business because you can create your points, for the meeting. These are the points on what we're going to focus on this year. These are our goals. This is our budget. All sorts of possible reasons to use this in business, but it does not end there. Of course, it's also very popular in education, and people can put information on each slide, and a lot of times students are asked to make slideshow presentations. Maybe, you're in a history class and you're doing a presentation about a specific president or a specific event, or something related to World War II, or a certain period of history, whatever, and you have different slides with different points and so on. They're also quite popular in churches. A lot of preachers use them to accompany what they're saying, and put Bible scriptures, or a lot of worship teams will use that route. Now, a lot of times now there's actually worship software, which makes the job easier, because you can actually look up a song directly in some of these worship apps, and it will automatically pull the lyrics in and so forth. But in other cases, people will create a presentation like this, and each slide will have, verses of the songs that you'll be singing or what have you. And so there's a lot of uses. And then, excuse me, they go beyond that. Those are just some of the more common ones. But meetings, anytime you want to share an idea with somebody, this is a great way to do it, because you can connect your iPad in a number of ways to the big screen. We briefly have given mention on several occasions to the Apple TV. It's one of my favorite devices. We did an entire Midwinter Digital Cafe about that. You can find all the sessions on our YouTube channel and so on. But the Apple TV is a little set-top box that connects to a television. And that's one way you can share your presentation wirelessly over Wi-Fi, through AirPlay, which we're going to talk more about in one of the last weeks of the class here. But you can definitely do that. You can wirelessly share your presentation over AirPlay to an Apple TV, and therefore then to a connected television. You can also physically connect your iPad to a projector, which is what would be done in a large group setting, where you need to have a giant image of this projected onto a projection screen or onto a wall or something. And you could easily connect your iPad using an adapter. It's the same adapter we've talked about in one other occasion. On one other occasion here, I believe, when we talked about the USB adapters. If you have an iPad Pro or an iPad Air or a 10th generation iPad, it's all the same adapter to do this, and it's the USB-C Digital AV multi-port adapter. That sound familiar? It should, because we talked about it. It's, again, the USB-C Digital AV multi-port adapter. Now, if you have an older iPad or an older model with the Lightning connector, that is a different adapter. Then you just need the Lightning. I think they call it the Lightning Digital. Thank you, Lord. The Lightning Digital AV adapter, and it is essentially just the HDMI port, and I think there is a second Lightning port. But this is, excuse me, the cable, the port that's needed, and the adapter that's needed to connect your iPad to a projector in most cases. Now, every once in a while, you'll go into some place where there's older projectors and you have VGA, and that is still, there are adapters for that, but it's, again, that's an older technology. I don't recommend that. HDMI has the benefit of also passing audio through, so you can connect speakers to your projector, and you can more easily hear the audio. It is possible to use Bluetooth with your iPad, so you can use speakers that way, but you're going to want speakers that will, if you're using a projector, it's probably because you have a larger group and so on, or a larger room anyway, so you want to have something decent there. But of course, all that to say, before we can do any of that, we need to create the presentation, right? And that's what Keynote is all about. On our Keynote presentations, we can have a number of slides, and each slide would have points. Each slide can have photos and video and web links and audio. You can have a soundtrack for your presentation. You can have animations. Your slides can come in different ways and go out in different ways. Transition effects. It's really a powerful app. Now, I want to talk to you for a moment about what I would call maybe best practices for creating slideshows, because this is really, really important to understand. When we talk about creating slideshows, what we need to understand is that the text that we put on slideshows needs to be very brief. And we have been learning that since I was a kid. When I was in probably the 7th, 8th grade, somewhere around there, this really started to take off as something that we enjoyed doing. Not everybody could do it at home because not everybody had the internet at home at that time. But for those of us who did, praise God, we were, and you didn't need the internet to create the presentation, but not everybody had computers at home even, and so those of us who did, praise God, we'd go on the internet and do some research, and would pull all that research together, and we would create what was at that time a PowerPoint, and it's one of those generonyms. You know what a generonym is? It's a word that the generic is not. You use the brand name to to refer to the thing that's actually the generic name. Like people say, "Do you want a popsicle?" Or hand me a Kleenex to wipe that spot off my glasses. Well, you're not really necessarily getting a Kleenex. Kleenex is the brand. The product is called a tissue. And if you say, do you want a popsicle? That could actually be a popsicle, but the generic name to that is an ice pop or a freezer pop. And popsicle just happens to be the most popular brand. And so it's kind of taken on that name. Well, oftentimes we say, I am going to create a PowerPoint. Well, that's a misnomer, especially for us Apple users, right? But that's what, again, took the name of that for the longest time. But it's a presentation or a slideshow. And so we would create our quote unquote PowerPoints, but back then they really were. And that's what we would, and we'd do that in school. And it was so much fun to show that in school. And you just thought you were you just thought you were a fantastic student if you had all these, images and music and stuff in your slideshow. And we enjoyed doing them. And they got computer labs in there. And so then everybody could do it. Even if you didn't have a computer at home, you'd get computer lab time. And, we really had a good time with that. It was really becoming a big thing in the late 90s. And we learned then and there from our teachers that you don't tell the whole story on the slideshow because you're not trying to make people read an entire story. So if you are talking about, let's say, for example, World War II, you're not going to create a slide that says something like, World War II was a conflict between the Allied powers known as the United States and England and France, all that, and then the Axis powers. You wouldn't write all that. What you might say is you might put like World War II as the title, and then your one slide might have a text box that says key players, and then you'd have bullet points: Allies, United States, Britain, whatever, and then Axis, Germany, Japan. So you would list them as bullet points, not complete sentences. Rarely will you want to have a complete sentence on a slide, and if you do, it's got to be a brief one. So this is, keeping this in mind, this is what we're going to create. And when you create a slideshow, every element on that slide must be an object because this is a blank canvas. We want to be able to move things around. If we need to, we can even drag elements around. So that means all text is in text boxes. So if it wasn't important before, it's definitely important now to learn to use and work with text boxes. All right, so let me get started here. Oh, and one other point. I am not going to go into great detail explaining and demonstrating every element of the app for you. And you will see right away that the reason for that is because it's almost identical to Pages in the way that it is set up. It's got a toolbar, it's got a formatter, it's got the insert options. It is exactly the same in those regards. And so, really, predictable patterns. You have explored Pages. If you know Pages, you can work with Keynote and you can work with numbers. So let's get started. We are in what would have been the document manager if we were in Pages, but here it's the presentation manager. It's the Files app inside of Keynote, iCloud, all of those things.
Recently deleted button on my iPad. iCloud location shared.
I'm
button.
swiping left just so you can hear that.
Selected recents button.
And we've got Keynote recent selected. So if we jump over to the right side,
Titanic Faith School Space Race Presentation ATV recents heading dictate.
still
button.
swiping left.
Search select remote icons button.
Now, you heard a number of different presentations that I have. We might open one of those up here in a little bit to show you kind of a finished, polished product. But we'll see. But you also heard something interesting just a moment ago that we won't have in Pages. Listen again as I swipe back to the right now.
Remote button.
Remote. What this allows you to do is to use your iPhone or even your Apple Watch as a remote to control the Keynote presentation that is playing on your iPad. And that is a really powerful feature. So you don't even have to be standing right by your iPad. You can stand somewhere else in the room, and you can be using your iPhone or your Apple Watch as a remote. All right, let's keep swiping left now because we need to find the add button.
Icon, add button.
And there it is. And let's double tap.
Choose a theme button.
And you heard it pop up with choose a theme. And so we have a couple of options here.
Create a presentation. Create a presentation.
That's just the overall heading.
Choose a theme button.
That's one choice. Choose a theme. That's going to allow us to kind of almost like a template.
Start an outline button.
And then
cancel button.
Okay,
Cancel
so the other
button.
option, start an outline, we're not going to really do that. There are reasons for maybe doing that at times, but we're going to actually create a presentation, so we want to start with a theme.
Choose a theme. Cancel button.
All right, now we'll swipe right. You'll recognize this like Pages.
More. Choose a theme. Heading. New button. Recents button. Basic button. Dynamic but minimal but bold but.
All these different choices and probably more, but I've never tried dynamic. I'm going to do something different today. I've done the new category and I've done basic, but let's just do
dynamic.
See what that's like.
Dynamic color. Dark text on light pink and coral moving backgrounds. Dynamic waves light. Gray text on light, moving backgrounds.
Actually, I may have done these. I think one of these I did use for something.
Dynamic waves dark, white text on dark, moving backgrounds. Dynamic waves light, gray text on light, moving backgrounds.
That actually sounds cool. I think we're going to choose that.
Dynamic waves light, gray text on light, moving background. Canvas, text box, author and date.
And you heard?
970 points close to selection's bottom right corner, double tap to select. Size, 1730.0 points wide, 52.0 points tall. Position, horizontally centered, 89.4% from top.
VoiceOver really does an excellent job of telling you all that information, the size, the position, the location, and everything. Although we don't really know what we're looking at right now because we haven't explored this. But still, praise God, it's a great thing that they're giving you that information. So this is now the presentation. Just like your Pages document, you're going to expect a back button at the upper left. You're going to expect format buttons, toolbar. Let's look at this. I would assume... I mean, I actually know, but I would assume that just like Pages, we can rename our presentation here. So let's go to the top left.
Keynote, multi-canvas, text box, title,
and really,
presentation title, view option, back button.
If we swipe to the right of the back button,
view options button.
That's exactly the same as Pages. Now, the options under there could vary, but I mean, it's the same, you know.
Presentation, actions menu.
And
button.
there it is. So let's go into that actions menu.
Presentation.
It's going to be as if we've explored this before, because a lot of the options here are going to be exactly the same. And
share button. Keynote presentation, middle dot, 913 kilobytes.
The first thing you had there is the share button, just like in Pages, remember? And there's going to be probably another place where we'll see that too, just like in Pages, but let's keep going.
Presentation options, button, rename, button, move, button, export, button, print, button, dismiss context
I
menu,
mean, almost
button.
identical to Pages, except instead of document, you hear the word presentation, right? So we're going to rename this thing.
Move, rename, but text field is editing canvas, title.
And we're going to type in here, class test 2024.
Hyphen, T, hyphen, 4.
And press return. And that's because I am using a keyboard. And really, honestly, I didn't purposefully choose to use the Magic Keyboard today. I like typing on screen just as much, but it was already connected to my iPad. I had it attached, so I said I'll just use it. So let's see. Our top left now.
Keynote. Canvas. Title. Presentation.
If we go up here,
View option. Class Test 2024. Actions menu. Button.
you can see that it has indeed been renamed. Praise God. That's what we wanted to call it. And we're going to create a presentation very much like our document yesterday about summer, because why not? Let's continue along that same theme. And so those of you who were at our lab will recognize what we're going to talk about in this presentation, except we're going to do it as bullet points this time. So let's swipe to the right and just take a look at what options we have. Again, they're going to look a lot like pages.
Play button.
There's a play button, though, which is how we will actually start to run our presentation when it's time to do so. So that's a little bit different, of course, because we need to have a play button.
Insert table button. Insert chart but insert shape but insert media button.
Now that sounds very familiar.
Share button.
And that.
Undo dimmed format button.
And that. All right, so
More button. Reading view button.
we even have the reading view option to put this into the reader mode so that we don't make changes. We can just read if we want to. And we'll keep going now.
Selected. Slide 1. Text. Level 0 button.
Slide 1. So we have our very first slide automatically created for us here. And if we swipe to the right.
Canvas. Title. Presentation title. Text box. Presentation title. 226 points close to selection's bottom right corner. Double tap to select. Size. 1730.0 points wide. 366.0 points tall. Position. Horizontally centered. 19.1% from top. Use the rotor to access links, misspelled words, comments, highlights.
Now, this is one of those cases, if you didn't catch this anywhere else that we've taught it in this class yet, you need to listen to this. When you have a text box, you must double tap it once to select it, but that's not going to allow you to type in it. That's going to allow you to manipulate it, format it, edit it, those kinds of things. If you want to type in it, you have to double tap a second time to show the on-screen keyboard or to be able to use your mechanical keyboard. So you heard it say double tap to select. That's our very first text box, our title. Let's see what else is on this slide.
Body, presentation subtitle, text box, presentation subtitle.
And I'll pause the speech this time. But we have a body text box, and you know that it says presentation. They want you to put the presentation subtitle here. And we actually had one from our summer document yesterday, if you recall. And then let's go over here.
Text box, author and date.
So you can
970 points.
You can put the author and the date. All right, so we're going to go back and go ahead and create these here. And I'm going to start with the title.
Title, presentation title, text box, presentation title.
So I will double tap.
226.
Again,
Canvas.
very
title,
important.
Presentation title, text box.
We must select it
title.
first. Select it.
226 points close to selection.
So I will double tap it to select it. And now listen.
Selected. Title. Presentation title. Text box. Presentation title. Text field. Double tap to edit.
And now it tells you, if you want to edit this now, you have to double tap. But if it's selected, you have rotor actions already. Listen.
Add comment. Add title. Add caption. Format. Deselect all. Animate. Drag item. Activate.
Okay.
Default.
And there are other things in the rotor, but that's the actions rotor. So we're going to double tap it again, though, to type in it for now.
Selected. Title. Presentation title. Text box. Text field is editing.
And do you
Insertion
remember?
point at start.
And see, it's very thorough to tell you. It
Use
says
the
now,
rotor to access.
it says that it's editing. And do you remember the title of our document yesterday was Summer Fun? We'll use that exact same title here.
Cap S U M Cap N.
Okay. And if I
Selected. Title. Text box. Text field is editing. Summer fun. Insertion point at end.
Now, what would be interesting here is if we want to maybe format this, and I would encourage you, just to be safe, to select all your text so that we make sure we don't
Summer.
miss anything. So
Summer. Fun. Selected.
And then I'll go to format.
Select read more. Format. Button.
I suspect
Button.
I suspect because it is a title for the presentation, it's already going to be using the title style, but let's take a look. So here is our
style button. Selected. Text button. Arrange button.
See,
3 of 3.
You have 3 categories of formatting options. We're already on text.
Selected.
So let's see what it is.
Paragraph style, heading, title, button.
Yep, it's already got the title paragraph style, so that's good. I may want to still make some changes.
Font, product, button, bold, button, italic, underline, strike through, more text options, button.
Now, it's interesting that the title style in Keynote does not bold the text, and maybe that's because of this particular font in this particular theme, or maybe there are other reasons for it, but I'm going to take their word for it without asking. Now, if I were really doing this professionally for a purpose beyond just demonstrating it, I would absolutely ask a sighted person, do you think this would look better bold or not? But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to assume that they've made the best selections here and leave it alone. But you could double tap that to bold it, and then
size 120 points.
Now that is absolutely gigantic, but remember, this is a presentation, so that makes a lot of sense.
Text color, dark grayish cyan blue 34.
And
button.
That's the color, and again, that has to do with this particular theme that we've chosen, that's the color they're using already. Remember, they said it was going to be gray text on a light wavy background or something like that, so that makes sense. I would expect that would be the color.
Selected, align left, align center, align right.
Now, here's a case where we might want to center that text because it is a title. So let's go ahead.
Align center, selected, align center.
And we've now centered it. And that's all we're going to do in this particular, format right now. So we'll just...
Canvas, selected, canvas, indents, button.
Let's see.
Drop cap, switch button,
off. Okay, what we need to do
double
is...
tap to paragraph border, canvas,
look at all these
selected, title, text selected, slide 1, paragraph border.
All right, so what I can do...
Paragraph border, can selected, title, text box, text
I can go up here to the top,
selected, format,
and I can deselect format,
format,
so that's not all showing up there. Now,
more.
I need to deselect
Summer font, unselected.
My text there, and now let's go to
reading view, selected, canvas, selected, title, text box, text field, body, presentation subtitle, text box.
All right, let's create a subtitle. Double tap to select it.
Selected, body, presentation.
Double tap to edit.
Selected, body, presentation subtitle, text
and
box.
Now we can type, and our subtitle was About My Summer. Now, in this particular case, because we centered the title, we're going to want to center the subtitle as well. So let's select this.
About summer.
And go over here.
Reading more format. Style button 1 of 3. Paragraph style heading subtitle button font.
It's already the subtitle.
Font product bold but underline strike through more text options. Size 55 points. Text color dark grayish cyan blue 30. Selected align left align center. Selected align center.
Okay.
Font arrange reading more selected format.
Hide the formatter. Now deselect the text.
About my summer unselected.
And let's go over here.
More button. Selected text box author and date.
They just want an author and date. I'm not going to mess with the formatting of this at all, but...
Selected text box author and date text field.
Double tap it twice and let's just put... I'm just going to put MGV 2024. Okay, so that is our author and date text box there, and that's good. Now, this is our title slide. It doesn't have a photo, but I think I would actually like to insert one, or maybe a video. Another thing that we could do is, like, we could actually go into the options for this presentation and create use a soundtrack that would play across all the slides. I'm not going to put anything that would risk us having a copyright issue, though. We're going to, keep it either royalty free or just to a sound effect or something. But I want to, I think what we'll do, there are two ways to put that kind of thing in your presentation. If you want there to be a soundtrack that covers the entire slideshow and just plays until it's done, you have to do that in your options. I think that's under It's been a while since I've put an actual soundtrack in one, but I think that is under presentation options. Let's just take a quick look.
View options. Class Test 2020. Class Test. Class Test. Share. Keynote. Presentation options. Presentation options. Collapsed. Presentation setup. Button. Presentation type. Button. Soundtrack. Button.
Yep, it's there.
Show slide numbers. Button. Set password. Keyboard.
Okay,
Button.
look at all
Set
those options.
password.
So
Soundtrack.
if we say
Button.
soundtrack, I think what we have to do...
Soundtrack. Heading. No soundtrack. Tap Choose Audio to choose audio files for the slideshow soundtrack. Choose Audio button. Keyboard cap. Choose Audio. Choose Alert. Keynote would like to access Apple Music, your music and video activity, and your media library. This don't allow, but...
Okay, so we are picking from Apple Music here.
Recently added. Heading. Composers.
And again,
button.
my concern is that I need to pick something royalty-free, so...
Genres.
I may not do this from Apple Music. I do have some royalty-free stuff in there, but I don't know if I remember the titles of any of it. And I will also say that it's really critical, if you're going to put music in here as a soundtrack, you have to have the music actually purchased. You cannot use Apple Music tracks, even though it says Apple Music, it's referring to the app, but you can't use an Apple Music track because Apple Music is DRM protected, digital rights management. It's copy protected, and that is true of any music streaming service, not just Apple Music. That's true of Amazon Music, Spotify, Google Play, all of those, whatever they call that now, YouTube Music. But they're all copy protected, and I won't get into all that for the sake of time. But because of that, when you want to insert music from your music library into a presentation like this, or use it in GarageBand, which we'll talk about next week, you're gonna have to actually buy the song, which is not, typically what, $1.29 or even 99 cents in some cases on Apple, or you can import it from a CD or from a file that you have. In some cases you can do that. You have to have a computer, like a Mac, and you can actually import it into your music library. But there's other ways to get music into Keynote. So I will just very quickly...
Made for you. Button. Songs. Button.
Let's see if...
Albums. Songs. Albums.
well,
Button.
tell you what. I'll make an attempt.
Select.
I may also have to have it downloaded onto my iPad, so this may not
Dismiss
be very
pop-up.
productive.
Cancel. Albums. Find in albums. Search field. Insertion
Let's just
point.
type
Search field
royalty
is
free.
space E.
See if it has anything.
Cancel. No results.
Okay.
Cancel.
Probably because I haven't downloaded any to this iPad. So I wanted to show you where that was, because I do want you to know how to add a soundtrack. So that's useful information, but I don't have anything downloaded that's royalty free that I can use right now. So we're going to go another route.
Cancel. Button. Library. Back button.
And that's what I suspected.
Sort and filter menu. Cancel. Cancel. Button. Choose audio. Button. Tap choose audio. No soundtrack. No soundtrack.
We're just going to dismiss that.
Tap choose audio to dismiss pop-up.
But
Back button.
that was not a wasted venture, because I wanted to show you where to insert a soundtrack anyway, because they are really cool. So again, to do that, you go to your actions menu.
Class Test 2024 actions menu button.
You double tap on that, and then you choose presentation options, and under there is the soundtrack, as well as a number of other things. But we're not going to insert that. What we're going to do here instead is we're going to either insert I kind of think I just want to insert like a video or a sound effect. So let's go to insert media.
Insert shape. Insert media button. Photo or video.
We could insert a photo or video.
Cancel button.
There were lots of other choices under insert media, by the way. You might remember them from Pages.
Selected. Photos. Favorites. Utility. Import. Media. Videos. Button.
Let's do a video.
Selected.
And
Videos.
Remember we did a Disney World video a couple weeks ago, or last week, or whatever it was? Let's do something like that again.
Video. Date. December 13th, 2023. Time.
We're going to scroll here.
Page.
3 fingers.
Video. Date. September 28th. Page. Video. Date. September 20th. Page. Video. Date. July 28th. 2023. Time 5:39 p.m. Maybe Matthew, adult, plate.
Now, that might be that same video that we had with although it said plate, so it may be something else, but it looks like it was around that same time from dinner when we added that Disney World video. This may be the same one or something like that. So let's go ahead and just add that by double tapping it.
Selected, video, canvas, selected, IMG 9238, movie. Double tap to play.
Let's find out what it
0
is for
points close.
sure.
Select.
Did you get it? Oh. Okay, it was actually a very short one. I think we probably started to play something and then we didn't. We filmed it again because there was more than one from that same date. So that's fine though. We can format this.
Add comment, add title, add caption, format. Selected, style, button, movie, arrange, movie, selected, movie, arrange, repeat, heading, selected, none, loop back and forth, start on tap, play,
Okay,
start on
now
tap, switch button, on.
let me say
Double
hello to
tap.
my son here for a moment.
Picture displays.
I want to
Option of
explain
more
this
ship.
start on tap thing.
Replace.
It,
Play. Start on tap. Switch button. On.
okay,
Double tap to toggle setting.
you can have media like videos and so on play automatically when you get to a slide, or you can start by tapping on them. And it's not as critical for a voiceover user because we do it a little bit differently to watch our presentation. But basically, this is an important thing to know about whether you want it to start when somebody taps on it or automatically. You're also going to have an issue of knowing sometimes you have to reorder different items and different elements within a slideshow, and that can cause things to seem as though they're not working properly. But we're going to kind of not get too deeply into that right now. I'm going to leave this as start on tap.
Play across slides. Switch button. On. Double tap to toggle setting.
So that also means that in theory, as long as my transitions and everything are ordered properly, when I switch to the next slide, it should keep playing.
Replace button.
Replace if I want to pick a different video.
Description button.
There's our description for voiceover users.
This description is used by assistive technology, such as VoiceOver. Type to enter text. Text field.
Called
Insertion
Disney
point.
World.
D. Canvas. Upper selected. Text. This description. Movie. Back button.
Then we'll hit back.
Reading. Movie. Back button. Movie. Description. Selected. Slide 1. Summer font. Description. Button. Replace.
Excuse me.
Button.
Okay, so now we can just
Canvas. Text box. End class has to ship undo. Selected. Format. But format.
we can just hide the formatter, and we've formatted that movie. Now, the other thing that I want to do is I want to animate this slide. We're still only on slide number 1, but I want to actually yeah, I do though, because this is a title. I want this to look really cool. So what we're going to do is go to the title here.
More. Reading. Selected. Slide 1. Canvas. Upper left movie handle. Upper middle movie handle. Upper right movie. Middle left. Selected. Disney World. Middle right. Lower left. Lower. Title. Text box. Summer fun.
And I'd actually
74 points close to.
now, you can also drag these. Like I'm gonna
Lower right. Title. Middle left
see.
movie. Upper right. Upper left.
I'd
Selected.
like to.
Slide 1. Reading views. Canvas. Upper right. Middle left. Selected. Disney World. Movie. Add comment. Add caption. Format. Deselect all. Animate. Drag item.
Now,
Middle right. Lower. Title. Text box. Add comment. Add caption. Animate. Drop item. Cancel drag. Activate.
I
Default.
think I can drop.
Can't drop item.
I don't want to put it on top of it though.
Body. Text. Title.
Let's
Text.
just see what
Body.
happens.
Can't drop item.
Did that?
Title. Body. Text box. Lower. Mid. Selected.
Yeah, I
Disney
think I'm about to
World.
try to do it myself and drag it here.
Middle selected. Disney. Middle right. Lower title.
Okay, we might have to play with that a little bit because I
Lower
think
right
what I have
movie
to use
handle.
is these
W.
these
Lower middle movie.
handles.
Lower left movie handle. Middle right movie
So
handle.
you can use
W.
those.
608 point H. 1080 point. Adjustable. Double tap and hold. Then drag to resize.
Yeah, that's
Swipe
so
up.
we'd
Selected.
have to
Middle left movie hand.
we'd have to do some experimenting there to get it exactly where we want it, but you can do that. But the other thing I want to remind you is that you can deselect each item or select a different item. So right now the one that's selected is still this video, this movie,
Selected. Disney World movie.
okay, because that's what we last worked with. So any formatting you do is going to occur on that item. If you decide you want to select something different or work with a different object here on this slide, you have to select it first. While this item is selected, if I look in the rotor,
Nearby elements. Highlights. Comments. Misspelled words. Links. Edit.
let's see what's under the edit rotor.
Format. Format. Format.
That appears to
Format.
be all right now.
Lower title. Body.
And I'm thinking,
Lower. Middle.
let
Selected.
me just select
Did you
that.
get it? Oh.
Nearby high comp. Link. Edit. Format.
Yeah, that's
Format.
all that's under edit in this particular case here. Now, um, if I want to animate this, I would go to actions in the rotor.
Selected.
But what I want to animate is my title.
Look text box title. Text box. Middle left selected. Title.
I double tapped it.
Selected. Upper middle selected. Title. Text box. Summer fun. Text field.
Okay, I double tapped it to
Double
select
tapped.
it.
Upper
Let's
middle.
look at,
Upper left. Disney. Select canvas. Disney World. Movie. Selected. Slide 1. Can.
so Disney World is no longer selected, but the title is.
Selected. Title.
And now if I want to, if I under the actions rotor, if I swipe up or down,
Drag item. Animate.
animate, that's what I want to choose here.
Enter the alert. Animate.
Okay, we have a message here.
To add a transition, tap a slide. To add a build, tap an object. To exit this view, tap done.
Interesting. So we're going to add a build.
OK button. Selected. Title. Text box. Summer fun. Text field.
Now you have the slideshow.
Middle. Lower. Body. Text box. Animation chooser. Add build-in button.
But if you keep swiping to the
Double
right
tap.
if you keep swiping to the right of your slideshow, you actually get to the animation chooser. Okay, and listen to what we have here.
Add build-in button.
We can add a build in.
Add action button.
We can add an action.
Add build out.
We can
button.
add a build out.
Add slide button.
I want to add a build in.
Add build-in button. Selected. Add build-in back button.
Okay, let's go to the right.
Animation chooser. Selected. None button. Appear. Blur. Compress. Dissolve. Drift. Drift and scale. Drop. Fade and move. Fade and scale. Fly in button.
I want to have it.
Double tap to select iris. Keyboard button.
I think.
Move in button. Wipe. Blinds button. Cube button.
Wow.
Flip.
All
button.
these choices.
Orbital button.
All these choices.
Pivot.
I want it to fly in though.
Double or keyboard. Fly in. Selected. Fly in.
Okay, so now that
Slide 1. Summer fun.
we did that,
Fade and selected. Fly in. Fade and scale.
now we are
button.
probably looking for a done
Double
button
tap,
or a
fade
back
and
button
Dissolve.
because we
button.
need to go back.
Double tap to select animation. None. Blur. Canvas. Back. Button. Back.
Okay,
Animation chooser. Fly in. Build in. Button. Add action. Add build out. Button.
now
Add fly in. Build in. Button.
if you
Double tap to show animation options.
see the option that you've selected, which is now fly in, we can double tap that to see additional choices.
Fly in. Change. Button. Preview. Button. Duration. 1.00 seconds. Adjustable.
I want to make that a little longer.
1.25. 2.00 seconds.
All right, we're going to make it 2 seconds. And then,
From left. Button. Delivery. Button.
so it's going from left,
Start. On tap. Button.
start on tap,
Delete.
and you can
Delete
delete
button.
that animation if you want. Let's go to the left now.
Fly in. Change. Button. Fly. Preview. Button.
We're going to have to scrub. Okay,
Animation chooser. Selected. Fly in. Build in. Button.
now
Add action. Button.
you can add another action,
Add build out.
or
add slide.
you can add an action to
Animation
build
chooser.
out.
Add canvas.
Um,
Text box.
I want to go up to I assume that the done button is going to be far to the left here.
Lower, select middle left, upper, Disney World, selected, slide 1, build order, button.
Okay.
Play, button.
And we're going to need,
undo, animate slide, done,
yeah,
button.
there it is.
Animate slides and objects,
But
heading.
we're going to need to look at this build order.
Build order, button.
Because it might not be a problem the way it is, but you start getting a number of items and elements and transition effects and so on in a slide, and you really do need to watch what you're doing. So let's go to this build order and just see what's here.
Animation chooser, selected, fly in, add action, add slide, button. Selected, 2, 1.
Okay.
Build order, heading.
Here we go.
Select, button, build order, button. Build order, heading, preview, button. 1, Disney World, start movie. Selected, 2, summer fun, fly in. Start build options, selected, on tap, button, with, build 1, button, after, build 1, button. Decrement, dimmed, increment, button.
So,
Selected, slide 1,
I'm
summer
trying to
fun.
think. With build, I think.
After, with, build, selected, on tap, button. Selected, 2, summer fun. Start build options, selected, on tap, button.
Start, do I want them on tap or do I want them with build 1? I think we're going to leave them on tap for now and see how that goes. It should be okay, but we may have to go back to this.
1, preview, build order, select, build order, button, play, button.
Let's, like,
preview,
go to done over here.
Animate, done, button, done. Exited animation mode, back button. For more, reading, selected, slide 1.
Now everything is back to normal, and we're back on slide 1. We need to create at least one more slide here to really give you some more ideas of what we're doing. So let's go to the right.
Canvas, upper left, upper right, middle left shape, selected, title, tech, middle right shape, lower left, lower middle.
And those handles appear on whatever object is selected.
Lower right body, text box, add slide, button.
But we just want to now add a slide. So we're going to hit add slide.
Add slide. Canvas, selected, title, text box, summer fun, text field.
Now, what do we have here for our choices?
Blank, but photo,
Go all the way over to the left here.
add to slide. Title, button, title and photo, button, title and photo alt, button, title and bullets, button, title, bullets and photo, button, title, bullets and live video small, button, title, bullets and live video large, section, button.
All right, so I'm going to do
title, bullets and photo, button.
Title, bullets, and photo. That's what I want my slide to have. So we'll pick that one.
Back button.
Now you'll notice in this slideshow we now have 2 slides.
For more, reading, slide 1, summer fun, level 0, button. Selected, slide 2, partial view of a ceiling with wood paneling, image, level 0, button.
And I'd also point out that when
Duplicate, activate,
your slide is selected, you actually have rotor options there too.
Duplicate, skip slide, transition, edit slide layout, drag slide, activate, default.
So we can even drag our slides if we want to reorder them. You can literally move them with your finger and drag one above the other, position them wherever you want them to be positioned. And here's a case too, where remember it said you can animate an entire slide. So like if we went into transition.
Drag edit slide transition.
There.
Edit slide layout.
But here's
transition. Entered animation mode.
Animation mode again.
Canvas. Add slide. Add animation chooser. Add transition button.
We could add a transition.
Double selected. Add transit back. But animate automatic. But magic move. But clothesline. Confetti. Dissolve. Drop. Droplet. Fade and move. Fade through color button.
Let's do.
Double tap to select animation.
I've heard a lot of good things about Magic Move. That's a feature that's unique to Keynote. I also like this fade through color idea. I think we'll do that one.
Selected. Fade through color. Autumn. Back canvas. Back button. Back.
And then remember it's up near the top.
Animate camp selected. Slot build play. Undo. Edit done. Button. Done.
Okay.
Exited animation mode.
So here's our slide.
For more. Reading. Slide 1. Selected. Slide 2. Partial view of a ceiling with canvas. Partial view of a ceiling with wood paneling. Image. 975 points close to selection's bottom right corner.
That's the image.
Title. Partial view of a ceiling.
Let's double tap that image to select it.
Selected. Partial view of a replace image button.
And since that was just a placeholder image, there's a replace image button right next to it, which we're going to double tap.
Replay alert. Choose photo or video button. Take photo or video but insert from button.
So you have three choices here.
Insert
You
from
have choose
button.
photo or video, which is going to bring up your photo library. You have take photo or video, which is going to, of course, bring up your camera. And then you have insert from, which is actually going to allow you to insert a file from the Files app, essentially, iCloud Drive or otherwise. So we will just do the first one.
Choose photo or video. Choose photo or cancel. But dismiss live photo. Date April 28th. Time 3:17 p.m. A smiling person wearing a yellow shirt and posing for a photo in front of a house. Maybe Matthew.
We're just going to use that one.
Selected. Live. Canvas. Selected. Image.
Now,
double tap to edit image mask.
I want to format it so it has a proper description like the other one did.
Drag, explore, animate, deselect format. Selected, style, but image, button, selected, image.
Have to select image.
Array, edit mask, reset, remove background, replace, description, button. This descript type.
You heard you can remove the background even. Let's
type to enter text. Text field is at space n.
Fun in the sun, and we'll.
This descript image, reading view, but image, back button, image, description, button.
And now I can deselect the formatter.
Style, read more, selected, format, but format.
All right, so my image is good.
Reading, slide, selected, slide.
Very important to have a good image.
Canvas, upper left, upper
There's
right.
our handles.
Middle left, selected, fun in the sun, image.
Okay, now.
Middle right image, lower left, lower, title, slide title, text box.
We can,
Title, slide title, text box, slide title, selected, title, slide title, selected.
We'll call this. Actually, you know what? I take that back. We're going to do these because it's not that hard. We're only putting brief points. So we're going to call this summer weather. And then we're going to go here.
Text box, slide subtitle, body, slide bullet text, text box.
Okay, so we have a subtitle, we have bullets, so.
Text box, selected, text box, slide subtitle, text field, selected.
What we'll do, let's say, so summer weather. What would be a good subtitle for that? We'll just say, what's it like outside? Not necessarily the one I would have chosen had I had given it more time to, thought about it, but still a good one for what we're doing.
Body, slide bullet text, text box.
Okay.
Slide selected, body, slide bullet text.
These are bullet text, so we're going to make the points now. We're going to say about the summer weather. Hot and sunny.
Y.
Now press return.
Bullet, new list item.
Here's our next bullet. Occasional.
Caps, space, occasional.
Rain and thunder.
T.
Oops.
T.
Here we go.
Bullet, new list item. List item bullet, list item bullet. Hot and sunny, list item bullet. Occasional rain and thunder.
So you see we already have those bullets.
Occasional rain and thunder. New line.
And then, well, maybe upper 80s.
Space 8 2
Oops.
S.
Upper 80s. So let's look at our bullets.
List item bullet. Hot and sunny. List item bullet. Occasional rain and thunder. List item bullet. Upper 80s.
Okay. That's good. Now, we also have
add slide button. Add canvas. Select add slot keyboard.
Let's see if there's anything else here.
Canvas. Text box. Select.
Okay. We also have the ability to add other elements to this slide that are not already here. So just because we said we wanted a slide with title, bullets, and a photo, that doesn't mean that we can't add another photo or a video or another text box. You could actually add more text boxes. And text boxes, by the way, are going to appear under shapes. You would go up here.
Insert shape button.
Insert
Search
shape,
button.
and
Selected. Basic.
it's
Button.
under basic.
Education. Arts. People. Place. Act. Or ornament. Text. Line. Connection.
So
Text.
the very first one is text.
Double tap to insert.
And you could insert a text box that way. Since we're on the shapes, I'll put something in here.
Or active places, people, science, arts, education, symbols, food, button.
What do I want to put in here for
nature, button.
Nature, for
Selected.
weather. That's good.
Leaf, fern, sapling, palm tree, bonsai, evergreen, tree, ornaments, palm tree, sapling.
Let's do a palm
Double
tree.
tap palm tree.
Okay.
Canvas, selected, palm tree, text field.
So if we now look at our whole slide here,
upper left, text box, title, text fun in the sun, image.
There's our image.
Title, text box, summer weather, text box, what's it like outside? Body, text box, hot and sunny, occasional rain and thunder, upper 80s.
And those are bullet points.
30s, upper left shape, middle left shape, selected, palm tree, text field.
There's our shape, our palm tree.
Middle right, lower left, lower, add slide, button.
We're going to add another slide. And I'm going to do title and bullets here.
Blank, but state, title, agenda, statement.
Look at those choices. You got
title, bullet, title, and bullets.
All kinds of choices here. All right.
Back button.
This is slide 3.
Slide selected. Slide 3, canvas, title, slide title, text box, selected, title, slide type selected.
Summer foods.
S.
And then over here.
Text box, slide subtitle, selected, text box, slide subtitle,
And we'll call it good eatin'.
N, apostrophe, body, slide, selected.
Here's our
body,
bullets.
slide bullet text, selected.
Picnics.
N, S. Bullet, new list item.
On the grill.
R-I-L. Bullet, new list item.
Lemonade.
E. Bullet, new list item.
Seafood at the beach.
H.
And we'll also say ice cream.
Bullet, new list. M.
Okay, let's look at our bullets.
Picnics. List item bullet. On the grill, misspelled. List item bullet.
I don't think there's anything misspelled.
Lemonade.
Yeah, it was in the middle of the word, that's why.
List item bullet. Grill, D, on.
Yeah, it's good.
List item bullet. Picnics.
So picnics.
List item bullet. On the grill. List item bullet. Lemonade. List item bullet. Seafood at the list. List item bullet. Seafood at the beach.
There you go.
List item bullet. Ice cream.
Okay.
Ice cream. Misspelled.
It's not misspelled either. It's the way the cursor lands on it. I can verify.
List item bullet. Seafood at the beach. List item bullet. Ice cream.
All right. Now, this is the bullet, body text box that we have again. And
add slide button.
I want to add a shape to this slide too.
Insert shape button. Search button. Food.
It'll be
button.
foods.
Selected. Activity. Transportation.
And I think we did a strawberry yesterday.
Ornament. Apple. Banana. Strawberry.
That's a good summer food.
Canvas. Selected. Strawberry.
Okay.
Text field.
We're going to add a one more slide here.
Middle right. Look. Add slide button. Canvas.
And
selected. Strawberry. Middle left shape. Dismiss pop-up.
We'll call
title and photo all. Title and bullets. Button.
Title and bullets again.
Back button.
And we'll do
share. For more. Reading. Selected. Slide 4. Text. Canvas. Title. Slide title. Text box. Selected. Title.
Double tap it
twice.
Title,
selected.
And we'll say summer activities.
Text box. Slide subtitle. Selected.
Double tap.
Text box.
Double tap.
Slide subtitle. Selected. Text. Space.
What we will do this summer.
R. Body. Slide selected. Body. Slide bullet selected. Body.
We'll say, and again, we're putting, we're not putting full sentences here. You're putting points.
G.
Lots of swimming.
Bullet. New list item. R. Space. List item bullet. Barbecues at bar space. Space barbecues. Selected. Bullet. New list item. X up T H. Bullet. Okay. Bullet. Up E.
Okay, that's enough bullets. And again, I could put a video or a photo, but I think you get the idea of all of that, so I don't need to necessarily do any more of that right now. But let's read our bullets to make sure they look good.
List item bullet. Lots of swimming. List item bullet. Barbecues. List item bullet. Vacation to the beach. List item bullet. Hershey Park. List item bullet. Lots more.
Okay, so those are our bullets, and again, we could animate any of these things. I showed you that with the first slide. You could animate any of these text boxes, any of the objects really on the screen. If there were a photo, a shape, a video, you could even animate those things. You could animate the entire slide with a transition effect. You can adjust the build order. You can format the text. We've already shown you how to do that, and you can even
Text title selected. Slide through
what
slide
did I want
2.
to show you? Oh, some of
Format
the I do want to
button.
show you just a reminder
Insert media
of
button.
the other kinds of media you can insert.
Photo or video. Camera. Record audio. Live video. Web video. Image gallery. Insert from. Drawing. Equation. Keyboard button.
So your live video is really cool. That's something I don't think Pages has necessarily, but I don't remember for sure, but I don't think so. You can actually have that be live, and then you can have web video again, like YouTube. Wonder if I could do a. Let's just go.
Draw. Insert image. Web video. Enter URL. Enter URL. Text field. Add videos from YouTube and Vimeo.
Okay.
Keyboard. But enter URL. Text field
So
is editing.
what we need to do is go to YouTube real quick here.
Number. Whole play page. Page through Wolfram Alpha. Wikipedia. Starbucks. Fend. Open. Yelp. YouTube. 100. YouTube.
And on YouTube.
Jerry Savelle. Picture. YouTube. The Fall Guy. Celebrating the life. Trump's 1980 cast. Search button.
Search.
Back button.
Let's just see if we can find
Space
a
H.
video about Rehoboth Beach here real quick.
Back but add more option. Rehoboth Beach, Delaware Travel Guide 2024 action menu. Visit site. Rehoboth Beach,
What's
Delaware
that?
Travel
Is that a
Guide
video?
2024 5 minutes.
Yeah.
24 seconds. Go to channel. Travel Scout. 2.7K views.
Okay, we'll just do that. We'll double. In fact, I don't even need to double tap it. If I wanted to watch it first, which I should do before I insert it into a Keynote, but for the sake of time and so on,
action menu.
I can just go to the action menu here, next to it.
Play next in queue. Save to watch later. Saved. Download. Share button.
I can share it, and I can
share. Copy link button.
Copy the link.
Back. Copied.
Go back here to Keynote.
Keynote.
And
back button. Rehoboth Beach search field. Clear search. Voice search button.
Okay.
Canvas. Text box. Add slot. Keyboard button. Canvas. Cap I. Is and keyboard button.
Let's see where we're.
Add slide. Canvas. Add it. Bold. But it underline. Button.
I think I might
cap L.
Still be.
Lots more.
Okay, I need to probably go back.
Selected. Slide 4.
I might not still be in that insert thing.
More. Format. Undo. Share. Insert media. Photo or live camera. Record audio. Web video. Enter URL.
Okay.
Enter URL. Text field. Add videos from YouTube and.
Now, you can Command V to paste, but I also want to show you if you have the on-screen keyboard, so bear with the noise for a minute here as I remove the iPad.
Keyboard visible.
Because what I want you to see is
from 9.
Above your numbers or above your letters,
2.
You have
paste button.
A paste button right on the screen.
Redo. Dim,
along with
button,
redo, undo.
Enter URL. Repaste button.
So if we double tap.
Paste alert. Keynote would like to paste from YouTube. Do you want to allow this? Don't allow paste. Allow paste button. HTTPS //youtu.be clear text. Rehoboth Beach, Delaware travel guide 2024 travel scout redo.
And
Dimmed.
you notice that, and bear with the noise again, I'm going to put this back on the keyboard so you'll hear my hands sliding around for a minute. Okay.
Keyboard hidden.
There we go. All right, praise God. And you hear it say keyboard hidden.
Cancel.
But
Rehoboth Beach.
what I want you to see is it instantly changed the URL to the actual name of the video.
Add web insert button.
We hit insert.
Selected. Web video.
So
Cancel.
that's our confirmation there
Rehoboth
that
Beach, Delaware travel guide.
that's our confirmation now.
Middle left tab. Selected. Web video. YouTube. Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Middle right. Lower body. Text box. Lots of swimming. Add slide.
Okay.
Button.
All right. So this is really ready to watch. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the first slide here by going up to the on the screen.
Canvas. Title. Selected. Slide 3. Slide 2. Slide 1. Selected. Slide 1. Summer fun.
I've double tapped on slide 1 and we're going to swipe to the left.
Reading view. More. Format. Undo. Share. Insert. Play. Button.
And we're going to hit the play button.
Class test.
Now,
play.
We did not mess with the build order on some of these, so we're going to just see how this goes without any additional adjustment. And the way that you move, like normally you just tap on the screen if you're not a VoiceOver user, and when you're done with the slideshow, you pinch 2 fingers to exit the playback view. In our case, as VoiceOver users, the way we go from build to build or from object to object, slide to slide, is we 3-finger swipe to the left. That will take you through each element, each build. Again, that's a 3-finger swipe to the left, and when we're done, we do the 2-finger scrub. It may tell us that. Sometimes it does bring up that little hint, but since I've used this recently, I think it may not. So let's just do it. I'm going to hit play.
Play. Keynote. Body. Text box. About my summer.
Now, we're going to 3-finger swipe to the left. Did you get it? Oh. And I don't know if you heard that short video, but it's there. If I tap on the screen,
Disney World movie,
it tells me what's currently up there. So if I need a pointer, a reminder of what's there, I just tap the screen.
Title, text box, Disney World movie.
Okay, so swipe to the left again.
Build 2 of 2.
Notice it says build 2 of 2.
Disney World movie. Text box, MGV 2000, body.
Okay.
Text box, about my summer.
Swipe to the left again, 3 fingers.
Slide 2, summer weather, fun in the sun. Image, a smiling person wearing a yellow shirt and posing for a photo in front of a white building.
And if I need a reminder of what I want to talk about, I can swipe over here.
Title, text box, summer weather. Text box, what's it like outside? Body, text box, hot and sunny. Occasional rain and thunder, upper 80s.
So if I'm giving this presentation, I'd say, now we're going to talk about the weather in our particular area. It's often nice and hot and sunny outside. Occasionally you get some rain and some thunder, but of course that's to be expected. Need some rain for the plants and the trees and the flowers. And the average temperatures in our area tend to be in the upper 80s. You can have some cooler days in the mid 70s. You can have some hotter days in the upper 90s even. We've seen 100 occasionally. And at nighttime in the early parts of the summer, maybe we get down into the low 50s. But as summer progresses, it's kind of stabilizes and maybe our lows are only in the 60s at night. So we talk about that. And then I do a 3-finger swipe to the left.
Slide 3, summer foods, body, text box, picnics, on the grill, lemonade, seafood at the beach, ice cream.
So it reminds me, and I say, there's all kinds of foods that I like, and summer's no exception to that because I like to grill burgers and hot dogs and so on, and I enjoy having picnics outside and barbecues, and we really, really like fresh lemonade. I enjoy making lemonade, drinking lemonade, and I also really like, and I'm thinking to myself, what else was on that slide? What else was on there? So I'll read it again. I'll read it again as I'm talking, and I'll talk, for time. And and I really enjoy the seafood at the beach when we go there. I like to eat seafood just about every meal, and of course, who doesn't like ice cream for a good summer snack? And of course, I like a lot of summer fruit, and you can see a beautiful strawberry there on screen. So hopefully that gets your mouth watering. And then we go to the next slide with a 3-finger scroll to the left again. And I say,
Slide 4, summer activities.
This is what we're going to be doing this summer. We have plans to do a lot of swimming in the family's pool, and we have a lot of barbecues planned, and we're going to go to the beach like we do every summer and spend some time at Hershey Park and visiting family. And if I forget what I want to say, I can look at the points in that slide on screen there, and then I swipe to the left because I say, and here's an example of where we're going.
Build one of one.
Welcome to this complete Rehoboth Beach, Delaware travel guide. Rehoboth Beach, sitting on the Atlantic coast, blends beach town charm with sophistication and fun. It's an East Coast gem offering relaxation, adventure, and more.
And it's playing
Positioned
my
in Sussex
YouTube
County,
video. Now all
it's
I
the
have to
nation's
do
summer capital.
Keynote. Back button.
Is another three-finger swipe to the left, and it exits the slideshow because that was the very last slide. And what happens now is I also could have, if I wanted to get out of the slideshow sooner than that, I could have done the two-finger scrub, but we actually got out of it now because we ended the slideshow. So that's how easy it is to actually put on your slideshow when it is time to do so. Now, another thing that I want to point out to you is the export options. But before we do that, I'm going to go back here. We're going to get out of this slideshow.
Back button. Hide sidebar.
And let me
button.
see if there's something that I can find here very quickly.
Cliff Matcast. COVID. iPad all 04X. Clap. Titanic survivor / victim list. Titanic presentation. Keynote file. Faith school. Keynote Titanic.
See, one of the cool things about this this Titanic one is that it has an image gallery, and you can insert. Let me see something.
Titanic presentation. Keynote file in iCloud.
I think that's the one. I
Titanic
think we did it
presentation.
as
Keynote file in iCloud. 4/17/24. 4 a.m. Down arrow waiting.
it's loading because it's
Hide sidebar.
in iCloud.
Button.
There we
Document opened in reader mode.
go. No, notice now.
Use exit reading edit presentation. Exit reading view to make changes to your presentation. Exit
That's
reading
a little
view.
tip I got to scrub out of.
Back button.
And
view Titanic shift more.
I will not make the mistake of doing the magic tap this time.
Edit button.
Or hit edit.
Exited reader mode. More.
I
button.
think there's a gallery,
Format,
but I don't remember
button.
seeing that a few minutes ago.
Undo shift collect insert
Maybe
media,
it was
button.
there though.
Photo or video. Camera. Record on live video. Web image gallery.
Yeah, there it is. Image gallery.
Web video.
So
photo or video. Cap P. Papa. Camera. Record on live web video. Image gallery.
if you want to ever
insert from.
if you want to insert an image gallery,
Image gallery. Canvas. Selected. Image gallery. Empty. Double tap to add images.
You have
Use
to
the rotor to access links, misspelled words, comments, highlights.
see you double tap it, and then it's going to give you the option of adding multiple images to the gallery.
Add image button.
And then there's an actual add image button next to it.
Middle right.
And if
selected,
I don't
image,
want that image gallery,
add format, deselect all, animate, drag item, activate, default, select alert, choose photo, take photo, insert from,
see, same three choices, but you have the ability to add
canvas selected,
multiple images to the gallery.
Add deselect, animate,
and then
drag
if
item,
I go
active,
to
nearby element, highlight, comment, misspelled links, edit, format, select all, paste, cut, link, comment, select object.
Link is under there.
Select objects.
So we can add a web link.
Copy, add images, animate, delete.
We want to delete it because I don't actually want that gallery in there.
Deleted image gallery.
But an image gallery is a really cool way to add a whole bunch of images to a slide in a single element, and then you can sort of flip through them. And I already have one in this Titanic presentation, but I can't show, I don't know, I think I have music that's going to play that's not royalty free. Let me just look.
Add slot, add canvas, body, text box, RMS Titanic, slide 2, image gallery, level 0, selected, slide 1, RMS Titanic.
Yeah, it's a soundtrack. It is a soundtrack, and I think that it's probably not royalty free. So instead, I'll just show you, and then I'll play a little bit of it, which we'll edit out of the recording that we post. But I'll just show you the image gallery.
Slide 2, image gallery.
So my slide 1 has
canvas, body, text box, RMS Titanic.
It has
add slide.
One element, which is a box of text that says RMS Titanic.
Slide 2.
Slide 2.
Selected. Slide 2. Image gallery. Level 0. Canvas. Image gallery. Item 1 of 29. The Titanic in 1912. Adjustable.
And if I
The Titanic in 1912. Add slide.
if
Button.
I swipe up or down with one finger where it says adjustable, I can show you what other photos are in it.
Selected. Image gallery. Item 2 of 29. Another Titanic photo. Selected. Item 3 of 29. Titanic captain.
And we've captioned all of the, or added descriptions to all these. That's a picture of the captain of the Titanic.
Selected. Item 4 of 29. Titanic crew.
Titanic's crew.
Selected. Item 5 of 29. Grand staircase.
The grand staircase in the Titanic.
Selected. Item 6 of 29. First class dining room.
There's the first class dining room.
Selected. Item 7 of 29. Swimming pool.
The swimming pool. And what's nice is it tells me this when I'm actually performing the slideshow as well. Right now I'm in the sorter, the edit view where I can make changes, but when I play the slideshow as we did with the other one, it will actually tell me what image I'm on. All I do is 3-finger swipe to the left. Don't forget that gesture as a VoiceOver user, because that's how you move from element to element, and it's just every time I 3-finger swipe to the left I get another image, and VoiceOver will announce it. I can touch the screen to hear what the image is because there's a description there, so I can say to everybody, what are we looking at? Oh, there it is. I touched the screen. It says Titanic swimming pool. So I'm not actually going to run this because it's just going to make the editing work extra, because we have to remove the music, whatever, but I'm not going to do that. The whole point is you can see how the images are in that gallery. That's another great tool in the slideshow, is the image gallery. The last thing I'm going to show you is the export options, and I'm going to go to export here, which is under the, first of all, remember we have a share button so we can collaborate. Never forget about collaboration. You can collaborate with other people in real time, just like in Pages, but I want to show you the export options now.
Back view. Titanic presentation. Actions menu. Titanic presentation. Key.
Okay.
Share button.
Again, share is under there.
Keynote presentation. Middle. 26.6 megabytes. Presentation options button. Rename button. Move button. Export button. Collapse print button. Dismiss context.
We can
menu.
print.
Export button. Collapsed.
Let's look at what that
Double
says.
tap to export. Collapsed. PDF button.
A PDF.
PowerPoint button. Movie button.
Remember movie. I'm going to talk to you about movie in a moment.
Animated GIF button. Images button. Keynote theme button. Dismiss context menu.
You can even
button.
make an animated GIF out of this and so on, and then there's a dismiss context button, which we'll use. The movie option allows you to turn this slideshow into a movie where the transitions automatically occur. It will automatically go from slide to slide and from object to object within a slide. And that's very important because you don't have anything you have to do if you play a movie. It is truly a movie, and it puts all the images and the sounds and the transitions in there. And you can, and when you hit the export option and you hit movie, you will be able to choose how many seconds it is between the transitions, and that will apply to the tap items. Let me actually show you that. You know what?
Middle left handle. View tight play but insert table but play but view option Titanic press rename move export but export collapsed power movie but
Let me show you these
cancel,
options because we can just
movie options heading export button.
There's the button you'll hit to export once you have selected the options, but let me just show you.
Resolution 720p button.
Now we can go higher than that.
Original size button selected 720p 1080p button 2160p 4K dismiss context.
So we can go all the way up to 4K if we want to.
Resolution button. Frame rate 30 FPS button.
We can adjust the frame rate
button.
But look at this.
Slide range all button.
We can even choose what slides are in this movie.
Compression type H.264 button.
We can adjust that
button.
And then
go to next slide after. Go to next slide after 5 seconds. Adjustable.
Okay.
Go to next build after. Go to next build after 2 seconds. Adjustable.
But now I want you to hear something.
Timings apply only to tap events.
It's only for the tap events. The other ones will automatically occur anyway.
Timings apply only.
So when we've made the selections, we can just hit export, or I'll hit cancel.
Resolution cancel movie export movie options cancel.
Okay.
Back button.
And it's really cool because this is one of the ways, some of the videos that you see from TTJ and Stir It Up on YouTube, this is exactly how we make them. We will put a, an image or logo or text or, something that has the title of what it is we're uploading. And then we will put the audio in there of our podcast or whatever, and we'll share that as a movie. And that's what you end up hearing and watching. Now, let me just
Play
show you one other
button.
section we didn't look at.
Insert tape. Collaborate. Share button.
This presentation that I'm in, the Titanic presentation, is already collaborative, so it has that collaborate button because I worked with my mom on this. And so, again, it would allow me to start a chat FaceTime message with her right here from within the presentation. It would allow me to add more people to jump to her cursor if she were actually collaborating live. But then
Undo. Format.
I want you to see the more options here again.
Find button. Animate button. Multi-presenter slideshow button.
Okay.
Rehearse slideshow. Allow remote control button. Settings. Help. Customize toolbar. Dismiss context menu.
So there are some things that you have in here, like multi-presenter slideshow. And that is that's a cool thing. Rehearse slideshow. There are things you can adjust for the timings, And if I want to learn anything, again, I'll show you the help system like we did yesterday.
View option.
Let's see.
Insert it in share. Undo. Format. More.
Let's go to help.
Find. Set. Help. Help. Collapsed. Keynote help button. Show table of contents. Dim. Show table of contents button. Show table.
So you can go through the whole thing if you want.
Show table of contents. Add button. Add. Keynote. What's new? Welcome. Dictate. Search.
What we can
Search
search.
Field. Insertion point. Search field is editing.
So I want to show you one of them. We started talking about live video.
It's clear. Cancel. Search results. Add live video. Add video and audio. Add live video. Add live in
Let's
progress.
read about that.
Add live video button. Edit the look of a live video button.
Okay.
Add live period. Play is important. Forward. Done. Add live video in Keynote on iPad. Heading. You can add a live video from any of your iPad's cameras to a slide. During a presentation, the live video plays only when the slide it's on appears. You can turn the live video source on and off at any time. Important. During the multi-presenter slideshow, only the cameras connected to the host's Mac or device can be used as live video sources. To learn more about multi-presenter slideshows, see Play a slideshow with multiple presenters link.
And we'll look at that one too.
Period. Add live video button. Heading level 2 collapsed.
Let's expand that and see what it says.
Add live video expanded. By default, Keynote uses the camera on the front of your device to record live video, but you can also use the back cameras as sources. Tap List Start the Insert Media button, image, in the toolbar, link. Then tap Live Video. A live video connected to your device's front camera appears on the slide. To set up a different camera as a source, tap the live video on the slide. Tap the Format button, image, then tap Live Video at the top of the menu. Tap the Source button in the Live Video tab, then tap the Add button, image, period. Type to name the new source. Tap the Switch Camera button, image, to switch between your device's front and back cameras. Tap Edit Thumbnail to edit the thumbnail, then tap Add in the top right corner of the new source menu. The new source window, with controls to change the source's name and thumbnail above a live preview from the camera. If your iPad has multiple back cameras, buttons to select them will appear on the bottom of the screen. Image, edit the look of a live video button, remove or change the background of, use a different live video source button, edit or delete live video sources button.
That is really cool, right?
Play or pause live video button. See also.
And then let's go back to where it said see multi-presenter. I want to show you that one too.
In the tap, by default add live video, period. Play a slideshow with multiple presenters, link. Play a slideshow with multiple presenters, link. When you host a multi-presenter slideshow, you control the presentation just as you do when you present alone. As host, you can start and end the slideshow, decide to play it in full screen or in a window, change slides, and edit the presenter notes at any time. If you aren't the host, you have more limited control of the presentation. You can only advance or reverse the slideshow while sharing control with the host. Online with you can play a
Let's
play
go
a
back
slide.
and read the beginning of that.
Done. You can play a shared presentation online with multiple presenters. This is useful if you are presenting as a team while using a video conferencing app. When you host a multi-presenter slideshow button, join the multi-presenter. See also.
So let's see how you host one.
Host a expand it with a shared presentation open in Keynote. Tap to select the slide in the slide navigator link.
So you already know that it has to be shared, so we would have to collaborate first, it sounds like, and then we go to the slide we want in the slide navigator, which is the correct name for that thing where it says slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, and so on.
You want to begin with. To start the multi-presenter slideshow, tap the More button, image, then choose Multi-presenter slideshow. If another presenter has already started the slideshow, you can also tap the Live Play button, image, in the toolbar, then choose Play Multi-presenter slideshow. Tap Start as host in the Multi-presenter slideshow lobby. The slideshow begins on the slide you selected. As the host, you have control of the slideshow at all times, but you can also share control with other presenters. To share control with another presenter, touch and hold on the screen to show the toolbar. Tap the multi-presenter button, image, then tap the driver button, image, next to their name. To stop sharing control with another presenter, touch and hold on the multi-presenter button, image.
This is really cool, right? Because that means more than one person in a different location can be presenting, and you can use this with video conferencing apps like Zoom, and it's just a really powerful. Hit done here.
Forward, done, button.
Just a really powerful feature in this app, which is already incredible. Let's
back button, hide sidebar.
Go back to Zoom now. And
thanks for joining today's session. Didn't get your question answered? Want a free consultation or some paid one-on-one training? Email us at support@ttjtech.biz or support@stiritup.com. And remember, stir is spelled with a U. That's STURITUP.com. Or check out our websites for additional free resources. That's ttjtech.biz or stiritup.com. I'm Trainer Cliff. Thanks for joining us. God bless. See you next time.